Okay, well, today, big day. President Trump's going to hold a face-to-face meeting with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. One of their main topics of concern going to be the U.S.-Iran nuclear deal. Here to weigh in on the critical meeting, candidate for U.S. Congress and Democratic Kentucky State Senator Reggie Thomas is with us, and conservative commentator Erich Reimer. Guys, good morning.
Good morning. Great to be on.
Eric, this meeting is going to be very interesting because certainly this is one of the most historic meetings we've seen. The Saudi Crown Prince, of course, arresting 200 princes and business people in Saudi. This crackdown, corruption crackdown that he called it. We've never seen this type of rhetoric out of the Saudi region before. How do you think the president is going to respond to the prince on his arrival today?
I think it's going to be a historic meeting. I think for a long time, U.S.-Saudi relations have been marred by the dichotomy of seeing the necessity of Saudi Arabia as an ally in the Middle East, both for its importance in the Islamic world, in the Middle Eastern world, and as a counterweight to Iran. I think for a long time, however, we've been facing the contradiction of them having a slightly more regressive view compared to many of our beliefs on various issues such as human rights, women's rights, etc. And so I think the Crown Prince has expressed finally the long-awaited reform sentiment that the United States has been waiting for. I think by bolstering ties with Saudi Arabia, by trying to see where there could be greater regional cooperation, it could definitely help a lot of the U.S. interests in the region, whether in regards to Iran or with Israel. And I think people are still waiting to see exactly how the Crown Prince can go about, but I think there's a lot of optimism.
Well, you know, and Reggie, Maria Bartiromo actually spoke with the Crown Prince back in October in Saudi, and they talked about the issue of Iran. I want you to listen to what he told her.
70% of the Saudi people are less than 30 years old, and quite frankly, we will not waste 30 years of our lives in dealing with extremist ideas. We will destroy them today. We want to live a normal life, a life that translates our moderate religion, our good customs. We coexist and live with the world and contribute to the development of our country and the world. This is something that there are steps that we have taken in the past that are clear. I believe that we will eradicate the rest of extremism very soon. So I don't think this is a real challenge.
But Reggie, the challenge is Iran. Can the president help the Saudi Crown Prince to deal with that threat?
Yes, Cheryl. This is a major opportunity for the United States. I think the real concern here is that European leaders, have warned the Crown Prince about President Trump's volatility, about his uncertainty, and so the Crown Prince is going to go into this meeting with some apprehension, some uncertainty about whether Trump can keep his word. Look, Saudi Arabia, has been an ally of ours. They certainly play an important role in the Middle East, particularly when Iran's on the other side, and you've had this sort of proxy battles that both Iran and Saudi Arabia have had in various various Middle East countries, Lebanon, Yemen, for example. Saudi Arabia certainly wants to keep Iran, at distance. And so this is, we hope that this meeting will go well, but understand that there's an element of distrust that the Saudi prince has been warned by European leaders against Trump.
Okay.
That's a concern.
Well, I think hopefully, and I do believe that the one thing that they can agree on today, President Trump and the Crown Prince, is the issue of Iran and the threat of Iran and the instability and the distrust of the Iranians. I think that's the trust issue that's going to be on the table today when these two gentlemen sit down together. Reggie, Eric, we thank you both. We appreciate that. And, Lauren, obviously, too, this big journal piece this morning that we were discussing earlier with this possible now delay of the Aramco IPO, the Saudi prince is going to be coming to New York. Certainly, New York wants that listing, but the Crown Prince may be backing off.
We'll see. Maria Bartiromo will most likely have more on his visit to the White House today and on the next couple of days. But also tune in this morning. Maria's going to sit down with the Second Lady, Karen Pence, and the Second